Hello, Westford. The Fresh Air kids are enjoying their stay in the suburbs this month. An attorney for the owner of 69 Broadway is making waves in town. And the zoning board approved the demolition of a historic building. I'm Tracy Tebrow, a WestfordCAT board member and a guest host for this week's program. WestfordCAT News is next. Before we get started, Westford, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to our free daily newsletter with all the latest Westford news delivered to your inbox. Just visit westfordcatnews.org and click on the red subscriber button in the upper right-hand corner. WestfordCAT's cameras caught the arrival of 13 New York City kids on July 18th at the Neshoba Valley Technical High School. The Fresh Air kids will spend 10 days visiting with host families from Westford to Petersham. The Philpott family of Westford welcomed Zakara Gardner, age 10. Zakara is from the Bronx. She and her host family were off this week to Canopy Lake, Kimball Farm, and other summer venues. The nonprofit Fresh Air Fund was founded in 1877 with one mission, according to the website: to allow children living in low-income communities to enjoy free summer experiences in the country. Here's News Director Joyce Pellino-Crane with a highlight from the Selectmen's meeting.
Thanks, Tracy. At the request of John and Deborah McLaughlin, Selectmen temporarily set a time limit for socializing in the parking area of the VFW Ball Fields on West Prescott Street. Lights out at 10 p.m. and the parking lot empty at 10:30 p.m. On Fridays, lights out will be an hour later. The McLaughlin's house is next door to the fields. Here's John McLaughlin relating his concerns, followed by Police Captain Mark Chambers.
Westford Softball League participants have the right to use the VFW field to host their softball games. We are not here to contest that right. But what we are faced with is a softball field that hosts 2 to 3 softball games 5 nights per week. We conservatively estimate that on any given night, upwards of 50 to 70 adults utilize the field that has no known defined hours of operation. Add alcohol to the environment, and what could possibly go wrong? We have provided you with documented examples of what has gone wrong. We believe there needs to be limits imposed on the use of the VFW field, the field lights, and the associated parking lot. There needs to be consequences for exceeding those limits, and the police need to be able to enforce both the limits and the consequences. The Softball League participants cannot be allowed to sit in that parking lot and consume alcohol until all hours of the night. We are tired of having the use of our windows and choice of bedtime regulated by the Westford Softball Leagues. And we are concerned about the impact this situation has on the value of our property.
Since 2010, I was able to go back through our in-house reporting system, and we do have 14 reported disturbances, 13 of which are from Mr. McLaughlin. 1 was anonymous. I will point out that 10 of those have been reported since the 2014 decision was made. As far as some of the other complaints with the annex parking for the field parking lot, I wasn't sure what you were talking about, if they're parking on Village View. I haven't seen any parking complaints down there, but if there are any parking complaints, please call us and we'll deal with them. I do know that they park up West Prescott Street for the use of the baseball field. The public urination, please call us. We'll be more than happy to come down and deal with that. As far as the disturbance calls themselves, the 14 disturbance calls, I provide a summary that isn't available online with the packets. But most of them do deal with small amounts of people being at the field and making noise. Some of the cases we've arrived and cars have been leaving, the lights were getting turned off. Some of the times we've shown up and there's been still people there and we've asked them to quiet down, they've quieted down. Other times we've had to go back a second time, and if we go back a second time, they we politely asked them to leave.
Jim Duane, the Director of Parks and Recreation, made a recommendation on how to handle the matter, followed by Selectman Elizabeth Almeida, who set the time limits. McLaughlin agreed to go along with a temporary solution until a more permanent one could be found.
I think everybody's on the same page that there needs to be some guidelines. And I think when we have an opportunity to develop a guideline, it may be a good idea to implement a hard stop in terms of the activity time. And I think that facilitates interdepartmentally for the enforcement agency, which is the police department, to be able to show up at the field and know that there's a dividing line between when it's okay to be in the parking lot and when it's not. 45 minutes after a game or half an hour after a game might be a little bit arbitrary.
I was going to suggest that we make the parking lot cleared time either 30 or 45 minutes after lights out. And my thought for you is that the trajectory of the celebration will not, if people know they're coming and staying for 2 hours, they're going to bring their fire pit and, more supplies for a party. If they know that 30 minutes after they're going to be expected to be out of there, they're not packing for an evening long party. And I think if we set a time that people have to be out of the parking lot, it will shift that.
But selectmen refused to reconsider their 2014 approval of alcohol consumption in the parking area. Here's Selectman Andrea Perriner-Sweet.
I guess I'm not prepared to reconsider it tonight. If there's something it also says the field application form. If there's something in the field application form that the Recreation Commission comes back with us that they want to modify, I'm willing, I'll wait to hear from that, but I'm not really willing to make any changes at this point.
Watch the entire Selectmen's meeting at WestfordCAT.org. Back to you, Tracy.
Developer Christopher Yule's 2017 proposal to develop the dilapidated and contaminated mill building at 12 North Main Street has reportedly raised concerns among the business owners occupying the building around the corner at 69 Broadway. Attorney Shannon Brandano said she is representing 69 Broadway owner Chris Franklin, whose tenants are expressing concerns that they will lose occupancy. Brandano said her clients are seeking information from the town on how to comply with health and environmental regulations and expressed concern that town officials are trying to squeeze the business owners. She said meeting minutes are missing from the town website, prompting her to file an open meeting law complaint on July 18th. Brandano is seeking minutes for 3 meetings held in 2016 and 6 meetings held in 2017. Town manager Jody Ross said the outstanding minutes were expected to be approved as of July 24th. Ross said she is researching whether there are health and environmental concerns at 69 Broadway. Yule said he was unable to comment because he was unaware of the situation. WestfordCAT will continue to follow this story. The owner of the historic house at 3 Cold Spring Road won special permit approval from the Zoning Board of Appeals on July 18th to demolish the existing building and build 2 homes on the lot. Owner Robin Fulford wants to build 2 single-family homes with proper setbacks. The existing building, a former carriage shed converted into housing, sits close to the road. It belonged to Jonathan Varnum Fletcher, who was the major funder of the J.V. Fletcher Library. Fletcher lived from 1812 to 1899, according to book authors Ellen Hardy and Marilyn Day in The New Old Houses of Westford 2011. Fletcher's main house was destroyed by fire in September 1897. Here's engineer Matthew Waterman explaining the plan for Fulford's proposed new buildings.
With removing the existing structure, keeping the existing driveway, and then building the existing 2-unit and then building 2 units detached, all further away from the wetlands and the resource areas. One of the commissioners had commented, the location of the existing driveway was discussed at the last meeting.
Watch the entire zoning board meeting at
Hi, I'm Jody Ross, Westford Town Manager, and we're here at the new fire station, which is set to open October 3rd. I'm here with Bill Nangle, who's the owner's project manager for Vertex. So Bill, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at right now.
So right now we're standing in the future training room for the firefighters. And it's one of the most finished rooms to date at this point. As you can see, some of the light fixtures are going in. Yeah, hopefully it's coming along great, so hopefully it gets the use that they're looking for.
So Bill, this looks like it's a conference room. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes, this is this will be the conference room for the fire department. I guess talking to them, it's going to be for how they sort out all the shifts and the shift changes and all that. This will be their meeting room. It's got quite a lot of features in it. There'll be a conference table set up in the middle here. They're going to have a TV on this back wall eventually that they can do presentations on, as well as probably upload their schedule. And then behind you guys is actually a really cool feature. It's a drop-down projection screen that's soffitted up in the ceiling and be remote control access that will come down and allow them to do even bigger and better presentations, similar to the one over in the training room, just on a smaller scale. But it's set up for everything. They have a floor box, so all the wires will be hidden for all their outlets, phones, and everything that they'll need in here.
So Bill, tell us about the room we're in now.
So this is the turnout gear room. This is where all of the firefighters' equipment and gear will be housed. Eventually, they will be lined up with all their lockers to keep everything. They will have individual charging stations for personal phones, work phones, radios, communication that they need. And along this back wall here, this is where the turnout gear, washer, and dryer will be going along that back wall, which is where they'll be able to wash and dry all of their clothing after they return from a call.
So here we are in the apparatus bay. And Bill, why don't you tell us a little bit about our 5-bay new facility here?
Sure. So as you can see, as Jody mentioned, 5 bays, a total of 10 garage doors will be going in. It'll basically hold, for every bay will hold 2 vehicles. The determination of what vehicles are going where isn't completely set in stone yet. That'll come at a later date, but as you can see, taking a look around, the progress is pretty well underway. We're just waiting for the installation of the actual garage doors. And then on the other side, you have a little workroom. You have the SCBA closet where they'll be able to fill all their tanks for oxygen and everything that they will need there, as well as a firefighter restroom over there. Up above is the mezzanine, which right now is currently part of it's going to be for training, and the other part right now will be for some storage. And this entire floor, probably my favorite feature, is all radiant heating. So it'll allow the underside of trucks to dry out, and they can wash the trucks in here if the weather's too bad, and it's all set up with the proper drainage. So another awesome feature.
So here we are in the kitchen and the day room. This is where the firefighters prepare their meals when they're on duty for 24 hours. And they also are able to relax in the day room in between calls, which sometimes is about 5 minutes. But Bill, what can you tell us about the kitchen and the day room?
Yeah, so the day room, they're getting nothing but the best for the firefighters, all state-of-the-art equipment. Eventually, kitchen island will be coming in. They will have a nice range hood, which will exhaust everything. But they are getting, you can see some of the millwork is going on, all the appliances that they need. Stove, they got 4 refrigerators, which are going currently right here behind us. As well as in the day room, they will have a nice lounging area. They are still in the process of picking out their chairs, but they will have a nice TV to go sit and relax, but not far from there is their workstations where they will go to fill out reports. But yeah, it's coming along really good, and again, hopefully it's everything that they are looking for in a kitchen.
So we do have firefighters on call around the clock, because obviously we do have calls in the middle of the night. So if they're ever able to rest, this is a dorm room. And what can you tell us about the dorm room, Bill?
So there are 7 dorm rooms in total. But each dorm room is going to be set up with a bed. They will also have wardrobe cabinets, and there'll be 4, one for each different shift. And they'll also be equipped with a wonderful TV, so if they are here and they do get a chance to relax or simply just want to be by themselves and not in the day room, they will have the opportunity to watch TV. And they will also have a desk in here if they don't want to do their report writing out there. So pretty sweet setup. And you know, there's only one unique dorm, which is the officer dorm for the lieutenant. And he gets his own office off of his dorm room. But other than that, this is a pretty standard setup for all the firefighters.
So this is your tour of our fire station. It is expected to be complete by October 3rd. It is ahead of time, ahead of schedule, and it's also under budget. So we're very excited. And when we have our grand opening, we hope you all come and enjoy our day with us here and celebrate and get a tour of the facility. Thank you. Jody Ross, until next time.
Pokey, a black cat, is in need of a loving home. Here's Patty Stalker with more.
Bring some good luck to this beautiful black cat, who's available now for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's Shelter Marketing and Fundraising Manager Crystal Arnott with more about 12-year-old Pokey.
So Pokey is a 12-year-old domestic shorthair. He came to the shelter because his owners couldn't really take care of him. He is about 12 years old and he's been here at the shelter for about 6 months, possibly more at this point. We discovered that he does have some issues with his liver. He has liver disease, but he is living quite happily with it. At this point, he doesn't need any sort of special diet or any medication. At some point in his life, he may end up needing it, but at this point, he's doing quite well without it. He eats well. He may do well living in a home with older kids or teenagers. He can be a little feisty at times, and he would possibly do well with another very mellow cat that would give him his space. He definitely does not want to live with a dog. We tried to introduce him to a dog in our office space, and he took the dog out. So he definitely wouldn't be a good match to live with a canine, but feline pals would probably just fine for him. He's very social. He loves to be near you. He, while living in our office, would sit right on my desk while I worked each day. He really likes to be next to you. He comes to you for attention. He loves to be pat. He loves to be scratched under his chin. And he just likes to be nearby you. He's pretty independent. He isn't needy. He doesn't need to be on your lap all the time, but he likes to be nearby and sit with you and be pet. He's quite playful, he loves toys, and he really enjoys catnip as well.
To learn more about Pokey or any of the other pets looking for a new home at the Lowell Humane Society, or if you'd like to volunteer, donate, foster a pet, or fill their wish list, visit their website at lowellhumanesociety.org. They're located at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell. Call 978-452-7781. You can also find them on Facebook. For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stalker.
Here's Rekha Sharma with another health tip.
Hi everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma, your Ayurveda practitioner, back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I'm going to talk about castor oil. It is an excellent coolant when applied locally. It helps to reduce hair loss, dandruff, eczema, and psoriasis. It can be mixed with coconut oil and applied to the affected areas. It also provides relief from cracked feet. It can be used externally for belly pain and bloating. It is a natural antifungal and helps with nail infections. So apply castor oil to the affected areas to get the benefits. Do not consume orally without practitioner's advice. If you have any allergies, please contact your PCP before applying. I'll be back with a new health tip. Bye for now.
Let's see what weather.com is forecasting for the coming week. Keep in mind that WestfordCAT honorary meteorologist Terry Eliason has a weather website just for Westford at westford.org/weather. You can also find a link to the site at westfordcatnews.org. Eliason is an Emmy Award-winning meteorologist and the executive weather producer for WBZ. Here's WestfordCAT volunteer Betsy Alvarez with suggestions for things to do in the area.
Thanks, Tracy. The Revivalists will be at the Boarding House Park in Lowell on August 3rd, and Peter Cetera will be there on August 4th. Both shows start at 7:30 p.m. Bring low lawn chairs and a picnic dinner and enjoy the show under the stars. Tickets for the Revivalists are $45 in advance and $50 on the day of the concert. For Peter Cetera, tickets are $69 in advance and $75 on the day off. Tickets are available at lowellsummermusic.org. The J.V. Fletcher Library is hosting the Toddler Billy Family Concert with Matt Heaton on Thursday, August 2nd at 11:30 a.m. Matt brings a mix of rockabilly, American roots, and Irish traditional music delivered with a sense of humor. This free drop-in program is for all ages. If the sun is shining, bring a blanket and a picnic lunch. If it's raining, the show will move inside the library. The cover band Studio 2 will present Beatles music from their early days before coming to America. The show takes place on Friday, August 3rd from 8 to 10 p.m. at Nara Park, 25 Let's Rock Way, Acton. Tickets are $5 each. Ages 3 and under are free of charge. Buy your tickets by going to www.acton-ma.gov. WestfordCAT and the Rodenbush Community Center are partnering to offer a week-long kids video camp from August 13 through the 17th at our 487 Groton Road studio. Kids ages 10 to 17 will explore the world of TV production from script writing to production. They will learn how to use video to tell a story and get hands-on experience. All productions will be aired on WestfordCAT's public access channel. Register at rodenbush.org. I am Betsy Alvarez, a WestfordCAT volunteer. Back to you, Tracy.
That's it for now, Westford. We leave you with images of the Fresh Air Kids arriving in Westford on July 18th.